Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going to be going into another product from the Toolbox widget. So if you guys have checked out my previous videos, I did a review on their wrench organizers, angled wrench organizers, their screwdriver organizer, which is also great for picks, mirrors, extensions, all of that smaller miscellaneous tools. And then recently I also did a video on their brand new Pliers organizer, which is a fantastic organizer. And today we're going to be getting into the all new socket organizer. It's going to come in all three drive sizes, and we're going to get into a close-up look of it and go over the specs, details, pricing, and all of that, and just how versatile this system is. And then we're going to be outfitting this Husky Toolbox with it. So I currently run the Ernst Socket Boss as my main socket organizer, and then I also have Westling organizers and also Tools organizer. When it comes to the Toolbox widget, it is a little bit more expensive than your standard organizer, but it is by far the most versatile, universal, most space-saving organizer I've ever used, and that goes as far as wrenches, pliers, screwdrivers, all of them so far. They've done a great job, so we're going to get into the details of them, and then we'll get to swapping out the Ernst Socket Boss in this Husky box with the new Toolbox widget socket organizers, and I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts. I'll also have the website for the Toolbox widget linked down there for you guys if you guys are interested in that. Also, you can use the promo code TONY10 for 10% off your purchase. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Let's get into this. Here we are looking at the 3/8 drive set. I also have 1/4" drive and 1/2" drive, but we're just going to quickly look at the 3/8 drive set. It's going to be a 12 organizer set, so it's going to come with 12 of these organizers and then 8 of these spacers, which is a really nice touch, just in case you're working with impact sockets and, you know, some of those standard socket organizers that the pegs are too close together and you can't actually put the sockets next to each other. I like the thought that they've put into it and the fact that you're able to adjust for that. So by far, Toolbox widget, not just the socket organizer, but all of their organizers are by far the most versatile and space-saving organizers I've ever used. So that's a big, big pro on Toolbox widget's side. And it works for many other tools as long as it has this portion, like your crow's feet, extensions, universals, adapters and reducers, things like that. You get the point. Then you can also mix and match. So I have a triple square set of sockets, and it has all these different sizes, but the drive sizes are also different. So I have 1/4", 3/8", and 1/2" drive, but I would like to keep all of the sockets in one row, which is really nice that you can mix and match. So I can have 1/4", 3/8", and 1/2" all in one row and keep all of my triple squares in one line, which is a really nice feature. Then you have the missing tool indicator, which is a nice bright orange. Then you have a nice strong magnet that does work through thin drawer liners. They work through both the drawer liners in my Husky box and my Matco box, no issues. Plus, you get some weight of the tool on here. These organizers aren't going anywhere, but the magnets are a nice touch. They also have available, not included in the kit, but available to purchase, are some stem identifiers. So if you would like, you can purchase them for all 3 drive sizes. And this is a 1/2" drive one. So you can go ahead and drop it in there. So when you drop your socket on, you can identify it without having to pick the socket up. So it's just a nice plastic gray stem. You can see there 25 for 25mm. And if it's hard to read, you could grab yourself a paint marker and do this in whatever color you want, but simply just lightly run over the printed numbers. And there you go. Now it's easy, nice and easy to read. And this does carry a lifetime warranty, 100% satisfaction guarantee. Also, I do want to mention that, like always, Toolbox widget is a veteran and mechanic owned company. So I want to thank them again for their service. Also, it's really nice to have mechanic owned in there because that means there's some actual thought put into this. They're thinking about what mechanics and DIYers actually need in an organizer, and that's why these have worked so well, because they actually have people that care about the people using them. So that's a really nice touch. Other than that, I have never had any issue with any of the Toolbox widget organizers, and that goes for all of them. The only con, and this going back to even when they first started, it's just the pricing. The pricing is a little too high, and I get they're a smaller company, so they can't be as affordable as larger companies that are just mass producing a bunch of different tools and organizers. They specialize just in the Toolbox widget organizer, so they are smaller companies, so prices are going to be a little bit higher. Hopefully in the future they can bring down the production costs or include more of the organizer. This is a 12-piece set with 8 spacers. All of their organizers run $25, and that goes for all of them: wrenches, pliers, screwdrivers, sockets, whatever. This is a 12-piece set. Yeah, you get to thinking about it, you're like, that's not very much. But if you buy socket sets like this, you're gonna be okay. You're only gonna need a couple of them depending on how many of those socket sets you have. But when you get into buying full-on socket sets like this, it might get a little bit more expensive, but not too bad. The part where it's gonna get really expensive if you have a full toolbox, or you're a professional mechanic or a DIYer that just has a lot of sockets. It is going to get expensive to outfit your toolbox with these. But once again, I think the versatility of this and how you can make it fit any drawer, any situation very, very nicely makes up for some of that cost. But I do hope, like I said, in the future they can bring down some of that cost or just include a few more of the organizers. Other than that, that's the only con. Everything else has been fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead, I'll show you what I'm working with in the Husky Toolbox as far as the Ernst organizer, and we'll get everything set up. This is just my metric drawer. We're not gonna be worrying about these new Capri sockets over here on the Westling rail, but we will be organizing these Asher pneumatic universal sockets, my gear wrench 10mm socket set. I have some gear wrench universal sockets, some Tecton 1/4 inch. So we're gonna be organizing all of this. Same thing goes for the SAE. I have a lot of Torx and Allen bit sockets down here, another gear wrench SAE universal socket set, 1/4 inch Tecton sockets. I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff removed. I'm just gonna pull the entire organizer out of here, and then we're gonna start lining up all the toolbox widgets. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the 1/2 inch drive in the back, and just like before, we're gonna move our way forward, and we'll see how much space it saves. We'll get it all lined out, and we'll do both drawers. So I'll go ahead and speed through it so you guys can see it all. The magnets definitely work very well through this Husky liner. All right, so that's it as far as the metric drawer. So definitely saved a lot of space over here. I even moved the Westling rail over here. I think I got this after the time that I put the order in for the Toolbox widgets, so I don't think I have enough for these. But that's it as far as this rail. I'm sure some adjustments will be made. I have all 1/4 inch. We'll go over everything. I'm gonna go ahead and do the SAE drawer. Took quite some time, not gonna lie. I took an hour every night and did this over 2 or 3 days. I've done a lot of changes to my drawers with organization, but little things at a time. This is the first time I've completely redone an entire section for sockets since I got the box. So this took quite some time, especially setting it all up. And I'm sure I'll do some adjusting over time, but this is how I have it set up for now. And after I show you guys the drawers, I'll bring you in a little bit closer. So here's the metric drawer. It definitely saved a lot of space. I was able to throw this ratchet set in there. I still have a lot of space, especially if I kind of reorganize it. Over here, I have the gear wrench 10mm set, the 1/4 inch and the 3/8. All the front is shallow 1/4 inch. Then I have my 1/4 inch deep well universal sockets and adapters, 3/8 shallow Allen sockets. And then I have my deep well 3/8 and my 3/8 universal sockets. Then my 3/8 master impact socket set from Capri. This is just on the Westling rail. Then I have the 3/8 impact shallow and deep, and then 1/2 inch. So this drawer, I've already done the pegs for the size markings, and I'll bring you in closer so you can see those once we look at both drawers. But I wasn't able to do the 1/2 inch just because with the height of the toolbox widget and the height of these posts, it actually makes it too tall to shut the drawer. Now if I snipped off basically right above that line where it snaps in, if I cut them all right here with some snips, I could put them in. But then like on the deep well sockets, the size marking would be sitting inside the socket, so it wouldn't really make any sense. So I may do it for the shallow 1/2 inch, but not the deep well. Not a big deal. That's just something I noticed. So as far as this Husky box, the drawer depth with the liner in it is 3 3/8 inches tall. So pegs alone are 3.5 inches tall. Plus it's sitting on top of a toolbox widget or slightly inside of it. And the toolbox widget is roughly 3/8 of an inch tall. So just keep in mind, my deep well sockets are like right at the top. So the drawer is 3 5/8, I'm sorry, 3 5/8, and this is 3/8 of an inch thick with the sockets. So this brings it right to the top of the drawer, but I don't have any issues shutting the drawer. I just can't use the pegs on the 1/2 inch, that's what I'm stating. So just keep in mind that the depth of the toolbox widget or the height of the toolbox widget with your socket, just make sure that it's going to work in your drawer. And the 1/2 inch drive pegs do cover quite a big range. You can check that out on the website. But that's it as far as my metric drawer. Definitely saved me a lot of space over there. And then my SAE drawer saved me a lot of space. I still have all this open space up here. I was able to adjust all this. I still have some space over there. It's definitely got a lot more room here. Once again, I haven't done the pegs on this one, but it's already saved me a lot of space. I'll do the 1/4 inch and 3/8 pegs on this. The drawer depth is still the same, I believe, on this. Yeah, I want to say 3.5, 3 5/8. I'd call it 3.5 just to stay safe. So if you have this Husky box, just keep that in mind. But if you're working with a deeper drawer than that, you're gonna have no issues. I really enjoy the way it looks. It saves me a lot of space. Now, if you're doing this many sockets, it is going to be expensive. That's going to be the con of this whole setup. But as far as space and ease, it's extremely easy. I love that orange missing tool indicator. It's really nice. I love that I could run all of these sockets across the back, but I like to keep the shallow and deep kind of separate. It just makes everything easier for me. So this is the way I like it set up. And I'm sure in the future things will change. Also stay tuned. I will be doing a giveaway of a Toolbox Widget plier organizer and screwdriver organizer. I believe it is. I have a couple of them for you guys. So we're gonna be doing a separate video for those 2 other organizers. So stay tuned for that. But let me know your guys' thoughts of this. I really enjoy the organization, the ease of it all, and nothing falls off. Like, it's not like the Ernst Socket Boss where it's twist lock. They simply just sit on the pegs. But even without the peg number identifiers, they still sit very, very well. They're not going anywhere. I still enjoy that. Plus, it's really easy to just grab a socket and go. So now I'll just kind of bring you in for a close-up look of everything. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts. Also, don't forget, if you guys are interested in ordering any of the organizers from the Toolbox Widget, if you use promo code Tony10, you'll get 10% off your purchase. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Let's take a closer look. So that is the metric drawer and the SAE drawer. I am extremely happy with this organizer. So once again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, share your thoughts down in the comments. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.